Illinois had medicinal cannabis for years. 2020 opened up with the state having recreational adult use cannabis. And in between, the federal government opened up hemp to be produced. And now you've got a cannabis industry that's regulated and a hemp industry that's not really as regulated, and concerns are growing about it in that growing industry. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. With us here each and every weekday morning, I'm the editor of the Center Square, Illinois. Go to thecentersquare.com, get the latest headlines in your inbox with the newsletter, and take this show in each and every weekday morning here with a live chat room that's always active, so check that out. But here we are in the state of Illinois, the land of Lincoln, where we have adult use cannabis. It's legal. It's taxed anywhere from like 25% to 48%, depending on the potency of the THC in the cannabis product you're getting. Like, for instance, you can get the plant, you can get different types of oils, you can get, different types of gummies and chocolates, and even like chips and all kinds of stuff you can get at a cannabis dispensary, a licensed cannabis dispensary that, there's a lot of tax dollars coming out of that. And I'll have to do an explainer sometime about where all the tax dollars go, because, the tax dollars are split all kinds of different ways. Some goes to pensions, very small amount. Some goes to police, small amount. 25% goes to nonprofit organizations in certain areas that the state deems were impacted by the war on drugs. And it goes to community nonprofits, and how that money's used obviously depends on what that community nonprofit's doing in the community. But regardless, there's a lot of tax dollars involved there. But on the other side, the cannabis is more of the intoxicating, THC producing substance. Hemp, also part of the cannabis family, marijuana versus hemp, and you've got cannabis versus hemp. Cannabis, high THC, hemp, not so much. So the hemp products that are coming out, you can get the plant and you can dry it and smoke it. You can turn it into an infused drink. You can do all kinds of stuff, but there's also elements called like Delta 8, Delta 9, different types of cannabinoids that can be produced from the hemp plant. I guess I don't know the process of it, but distilling it down, right? Processing the oils, and it's finding its way into what look like counterfeit snacks, right? It looks like it says Skittles, but it's not really Skittles. It's got extra letters, and they're Delta 8 infused products. Well, there's a lot of concern that kids are getting their hands on these, and it's not going through a licensed dispensary like the adult use cannabis industry is. It's being sold at like convenience stores and such. I've even seen some hemp infused soda cans at grocery stores, at bars, for instance, so that it's out there. But the efforts to try to rein that in, to try to regulate hemp in Illinois, haven't really produced many results. You've got the issue of the taxation. You've got the issue of who can sell these things. Are there tests being done? So at thecentersquare.com, you can see the headline: Pritzker threatens executive action regulating hemp if the legislature won't act. Here is the governor from earlier this week talking about what he is expecting to do if the legislature doesn't act, because they've tried to have the debate about this, and the hemp industry has been very adamantly opposed to banning hemp. The hemp industry said, hey, we'll take a tax scheme. All right, if you want to tax this at a higher rate, okay. Just don't get rid of it. The industry's got a lot of people that are creating jobs and opportunities and hiring people and paying taxes on this product. So if the federal government's going to allow it, maybe regulate it a little bit in Illinois, but don't ban it, the hemp industry has said. Here's Governor Pritzker after, last year, nothing moved forward. During spring session this year, nothing moved forward. Is there going to be something that moves forward coming up in veto session or early next year? Here's the governor.
You're right. As you know, I have advocated for new laws in the state of Illinois that would restrict the distribution of hemp infused and THC infused from hemp, whether it's drinks or gummies or candies. And what we've got to do is get a handle on this. The legislature was unwilling to do it. And so we're now in continuing conversations with the advocates for the hemp industry. But they've got to understand people are getting sick. Children are getting sick. Children are able to get a hold of this in a way that they shouldn't. And we have a regulated environment for cannabis. We should have a regulated environment for hemp. And I am pushing that. If the legislature and if the advocates for the hemp industry are unwilling to do it, then we will take executive action, because this should not be the case. Now, the federal government actually is in a position to do this nationwide and should. Hasn't done it yet. So the question is, are legislators at the national level being bought by people in the hemp industry? Or what's the reason? Why is it okay if children get sick from an unregulated substance that we know we could get a handle on?
So again, the governor talking about how he might take executive action if indeed the legislature's not going to act to regulate hemp. And is this going to happen during fall veto session? We've already got a stack of things expected to cover during the 6 days. They're going to be in Springfield the last 2 weeks of October. Obviously, possible tax increase with the transit fiscal cliff. You've got a veto of a treasurer's bill to set up a nonprofit investment pool that the governor vetoed. You've got the issue of hemp. Is that going to come up? And what else could possibly surface to the top during those 6 days of fall veto session? We will be on the ground there and covering that and so much more here with the Center Square and Illinois in Focus Daily. Each and every weekday morning, don't forget to get the newsletter in your inbox. Go to thecentersquare.com and sign up for that today.